In 1873, Jules Verne wrote his novel Around the World in 80 Days. It's a story based on technology offering new opportunities. It was written at a time when fossil fuel replaced horse and carriage, a tipping point in mobility. And the story still inspires today. Now we're at a new tipping point, this time towards sustainable mobility. But many people still believe and still have a hard time believing that sustainable vehicles can actually become mainstream. People might say electric cars have limited range, take too long to recharge, hydrogen isn't safe, there is no infrastructure, and you might actually even agree. But 140 years ago, the development of mobility went through the exact same process. For example, there were no petrol stations. There was no infrastructure. Only a few people were able to look past the limitations and see the opportunities. It is the stories of these pioneers that became legends that still inspire us today. They excite our dreams and aspirations. It's these pioneers that have pushed mobility to where we are now. And in this pioneering spirit, we set up 80-day race. A race around the world, but this time without combustion engines. So only zero-emission vehicles are allowed. Cars, motorcycles, tricycles, battery, hydrogen, solar, anything goes as long as it doesn't have a combustion engine. When we first started developing this idea and talking to other people, a lot of people actually came to us as skeptics. Can't be done, too difficult, you'll never make it. Around the world is way too ambitious. Why not start with a small trip in Europe? But what is a challenge if all the answers are obvious and easy? If the solutions are there for the grasp? It is the unknown that excites us and creates the stories that will be remembered. So, stubborn as I am, I stuck with the idea and started talking to more and more people and managed to excite them. And even my childhood hero, Hubert Auriol. He's a 3-time winner of the Paris-Dakar rally and 10 years the director of that rally. He didn't have to think at all. He said, the future can be clean and exciting, so he joined our organization. And Eric Lindbergh, the grandson of Charles Lindbergh, is recreating some of his grandfather's flights, but this time with sustainable airplanes. He became one of the 80-day race ambassadors. And the city of Paris and Madam Mayor Hidalgo jumped at the opportunity to host the 80-day race. So we'll start and finish the race under the Eiffel Tower. And National Geographic, a society born out of the idea of exploration and care for the planet, has agreed to broadcast a documentary series about the 80-day race worldwide. And over 24 teams have expressed their interest in participating in the competition, ranging from car manufacturers to enthusiastic privateers. We'll start filming their preparations in early 2017. But we're not the first to go around the world in 80 days with only sustainable vehicles. Our ambassador, Louis Palmer, already did this trip in 2010. And even a student team from Eindhoven took a liking to our plans and are now doing their own world tour. There's one big difference. 80-day race is not an individual adventure. It's a global competition. It's not my story, it's our story. And to keep on pushing the development of sustainable technology, 80-day race will recur every 3 years. My name is Frank Manders, and I firmly believe that in order to accelerate to a sustainable future, we shouldn't focus on what can't be done, but we should embrace the challenges and push the boundaries of the unknown, show what can be done. And standing here in Amsterdam, a city that was built on the pioneering spirit and of world trade and exploration, I want to leave you with one question. Isn't it time to be a pioneer again? Onwards to a new, golden, but this time sustainable age. Thanks.